Hi everyone, it's Fiona here, and today I am sharing with you a meditation for this time of year when we are transitioning seasons. It's a good time to get in touch with our digestion. So let me give you some background and then we'll get started. In Ayurveda, we have the concept that of how intelligent the digestive system is. And we think about the sense of taste as being a way that this intelligence communicates and breaks down the food and sorts it into its components. That, as with many things in Vedic science, it's very deep, all the different connections. But for the purpose of our meditation today, let's just refresh the idea that there are 6 tastes: sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, and astringent. And in Ayurvedic health, we would imagine that the digestive system is like a production line, except it's kind of a deconstruction production line. But I sort of see it like this, like in a cartoon, a production line, of a little conveyor belt. And that there are workers at each station of this deconstruction production line, and that the workers in the sweet section, they begin digesting the sweet components of the food, and the conveyor belt keeps moving it along, and it gets to the sour section, and those workers deal with the sour taste, the sour components, and so on through the whole deconstruction production line conveyor belt. And we can think of this with that rhythm of digestion that begins with the chewing, and then throughout the whole process of our digestive tract, that rhythm keeps moving these food elements through the system and presenting them to the different areas of the digestive tract. And therefore, we can intelligently use these tastes as well. So not only can we take food that we like the flavors of, each of us have our preferences for, but we can think about that each of these 6 areas in the digestive tract needs stimulation in order to get that conveyor belt moving at the rhythm all the way through. So you might want to have a look at the list of foods here and just notice what you tend to eat, maybe what you tend to avoid, and whether sometimes, if one ever does feel that there are blockages or sluggishness in our conveyor belt of the digestive tract, perhaps we want to add in one of these flavors that we're accidentally naturally leaving out. So the concept would be that really we feel truly satiated and satisfied when all 6 of those tastes are stimulated in the meal in the kind of ratio that is balancing for our individual body mind type. So you if you, for example, have a naturally pitta body mind type, or particularly a pitta digestion body mind type, you might find that you don't actually need very much of that, what is in this diagram yellow, the pungent chili ginger pepper, because you already naturally have a lot of heat in the system. So just a small amount of the pungent flavor, but you might like to favor other flavors, and exactly the other way around, that you might find that you need to add pungent because naturally you have a cool digestive system, for example, if it's more vata based. Anyway, all of that is something that we could talk about more looking at your Ayurvedic constitution. But how do we use this in meditation? So as we know that each of these areas of the digestive system relate to those flavors, we can be in touch with those parts of our body. So that sweet flavor, just like in normal Western physiological approach. The sweet flavor is digested in the mouth. The sour in the stomach. And if you think about, we have that acidic, the stomach acid, it's important for the stomach to be acidic in order to kill any bacteria that or anything that we've ingested through the mouth, because it's quite dangerous, right? Adding things into the body. So we need good, strong, sour stomach acid. The salty flavor is digested just as the stomach exits into the small intestines, and we get from the liver that addition of bile salts. So you can see how it matches with each of these different areas of the digestive tract. Pungent at the beginning of the small intestine, bitter at the second half of the small intestine, and astringent through the large intestine. And if you think about astringent, is that really, and it almost makes your mouth kind of dry and sandpaper. That when you remember, one of the examples was unripe banana is a good astringent flavor, or turmeric. They kind of make you almost very dry, and that's what the large intestines is doing, is taking out the water from what's left, because the body can use that water in the rest of the system. So it's very beautifully matched how the flavors and the digestive system work together. Something that we perhaps have disconnected a little bit in our Western approach, but is actually really there, as you can see. And now let's take this into a meditation practice. So begin by sitting comfortably and closing the eyes. And take a moment just to give your attention to the body, opening your awareness to the experience of the body, this old friend that is so good to us. Noticing areas of comfort and ease. Noticing also areas of tightness or tension. Being open to accept whatever the body is experiencing. And then let's give our attention to the digestive tract. We can give our awareness now to the mouth and the esophagus going down the throat. Imagine that you are breathing in prana, energized light, into this area of the body, the mouth and the inside of the throat. You can imagine also a sweet flavor. Feel that you are energizing and giving your attention to your mouth and inner throat. And then let's turn our attention to the stomach, sort of on the left side of the body, near the heart and the lungs. Let's breathe in light and prana into the stomach. Imagine that you are energizing the stomach, seeing the cells of the stomach being energized with prana as you breathe in. And you can imagine also a sour flavor. You can think of some of your favorite sour fruits like cherries or apricots. Giving your attention to the stomach. Giving thanks for all the work that it does. And then we can turn our attention to the exiting of the stomach into the small intestines as we pass by the liver on the right side. Giving energized prana on the in-breath to the tube, leaving the stomach, entering the small intestine, going past the liver. We can think of the salty flavor. Perhaps you can imagine your favorite salt that you add, rock salt or Himalayan salt or sea salt, seaweed. Thinking of salty flavors and giving thanks to this part of the digestive tract. We can imagine now moving through the small intestine, these meters and meters of tubing, doing their wonderful job of deconstructing the food and retrieving the nutrients. We can think about also, as we breathe, energize prana into our small intestine, that pungent flavor, the spices, the chili, the heat, giving heat to this digestive process, in this area of the body that we can often feel cool. So we're giving that heat from the food, bringing the energized prana, giving thanks to the digestive tract in the small intestines. Then moving slightly lower in our small intestine, still with plenty of meters of good digestive tract working for us. Imagine breathing energized light into your lower small intestines. You can imagine that bitter flavor, perhaps coffee or dark chocolate, the skin of the lemon, those really bitter or bitter greens. As you breathe light into your lower intestines, energizing the cells that are doing such magnificent work, giving thanks to your body. As we move to the final stage of digestion, you can get in touch with that large intestine, an upside down U shape. As we think of those astringent flavors, turmeric and those unripe bananas, drawing the water out of the remains of the food. What a great job this large intestine is doing, helping the body to be as efficient as possible, giving thanks, imagining energized light into the large intestines. And now that we've traveled through the whole digestive system, let's feel it all at once. Breathing in prana from the mouth, the inner throat, the stomach, the small intestines and the large intestine. Giving thanks for this amazing deconstruction production line, all the cells involved. Knowing that you can connect with your taste buds to all parts of your digestion. You can be in an intelligent conversation with your digestive system. So let's invite that connection, have the intention to listen to your body through the 6 tastes. And having the intention at this change of season to stimulate the flavors most appropriate for you, depending on if you're entering into summer or if you're entering into winter. And then we can let go of our practice altogether, honoring our digestive tract by saying thank you. And then returning our attention fully to the whole body. Notice your own weight in the chair. Notice your feet making contact with the floor. Encourage the breath into the lower limbs, the upper limbs, Feel your rib cage, your neck and jaw, and behind your eyes and face. Just notice all your awareness inside your physical body. And then if you feel comfortable, can bring the hands together in a prayer position as a way to signal the end of our meditation, and just bow gently. You might like to say a small phrase like namaste. And then open your eyes when you feel ready. Move your body in any way that you wish. And I send you off now with good wishes for your own digestion, that you develop loving, understanding communication with your digestive system, and that you can return to this idea of meditation, of stimulating each area of the digestive tract anytime that you want to cleanse or detoxify. You can breathe in that energized light, and on the out breath, you can release whatever you don't need anymore. And I look forward to being with you the next time we get together. Namaste.